Let's see, pretty nice sky. And some pretty nice lighting. And some pretty smooth FPS. Hello everyone. I'm excited to... oh wow, the shadows here look great coming from the truck. Excited to let everyone know I was graciously gifted a 4070 Ti by someone in my circle, and brings me a lot of joy and excitement because when Satisfactory was updated to Unreal Engine 5 and the new features of that engine were implemented, the 1070 I had prior was kind of struggling to keep up with things, and my frame rate was less than 60 FPS even on moderate to low settings, and it's one of the contributors as to what kind of turned me off from making content for the game, because I like to produce quality content, or at least to the best quality that I am capable. And so long story short, with the 4070 Ti, I'm now able to do so. I'm getting a stable, we'll call it 100 FPS, kind of depending on the complexity of what I'm looking at. I'm at 90 now, but I should hopefully for the foreseeable future be able to maintain a frame rate over 60. So I'd like to provide 1440p content, 60 FPS, and I really want to be able to enjoy and capitalize on the Lumen lighting system of Unreal Engine 5, which we can see here, the emission coming off of the awesome shop, or the lights, and how these are being cast on the terrain here, I just think is absolutely beautiful, and I am excited to incorporate signs and whatnot that has emission into my builds and whatnot. So without further ado, let's kind of recap kind of where we're at. So we have our oil production across the way, producing plastic and rubber. It's self-sustaining using petroleum coke to get the purple stuff. Hold on, I'm gonna get it here. Something residue, I want to say it is. Let me actually get out of the HUD here. It is heavy oil residue. So yeah, I've clearly been out of the game for quite a while. So there's gonna be a little bit of relearning, and so it's actually a good kind of way to speak to what the objective of this episode is. Wow, that sun, beautiful. I would like to, due to the fact that we are now kind of stationed pretty far away in terms of how far we need to go out and get things. One of the things that we unlocked was hypertubes, which can be very beneficial. One of the things I was kind of looking through and just kind of seeing, where am I at in the process of the tech tree. And the heavy modular frames were going to be next. I was getting things prepared for that. I found a spot for it as well, but I think we're going to hold for the moment. I want to get the Jetpack unlocked. And then as a result of doing that, we're going to need fuel. So I'm going to look at some numbers, and we'll see if that oil field that we tapped into, I think there's a couple of impure nodes, or even maybe a couple of normal nodes over in that direction, and maybe get a small system set up to produce fuel, so that way we can have regular access to utilizing the Jetpack, and perhaps setting up a hypertube launcher somewhere in this area to kind of get us back and forth from our build location. One of the other kind of components to what was dissuading me from wanting to produce content was the fact that it takes a lot of time, to build stuff, travel places, and have inventory and whatnot. And I could just simply turn on creative mode, but I think that defeats the purpose of a normal playthrough. So I figure to get kind of back into it, let's start a little simple, get the fuel production started. All right, editor Scalti here. after going through this episode and cutting it apart and figuring it out and how to consolidate down on time and whatnot and recapping what all was done, ultimately I decided to kind of scrap that episode. Significant mistakes were made, coming back into the game after a long hiatus. Math was done wrong, logistics were done incorrectly, etc., etc. So rather than spending an hour on those mistakes and whatnot, I figured let's just do a quick recap of what we accomplished and what mistakes were made. And kind of move forward into more progressive achievements, if you will. So, at the end of the day, spent the time, crafted up 25 heavy modular frames, and unlocked the alternative fluid transports. So that way we could build the packager, get packaged fuel, with the intent of getting the jetpack unlocked. And when I showed up, I redid everything. We got 20 coal generators in total. Redid all the logistics, everything down below as well. And ultimately, it just did not work out, had several issues, and it resulted in power fluctuations and things like that. And it was just really difficult to kind of get things working. And it was a lot of time and effort spent on that, and it was all on camera and just wasn't really working out. So I want to move forward with kind of where I left off from here, and appreciate your understanding, and I hope you enjoy. All right, we are back. Hopefully I've gotten the math right. I took that pause to fix the conundrum of what has been done. Reworked the math and kind of figured out what we need to do here. And the good news is, it should be simple, hopefully, in terms of what we're doing. So let's take a look. I redid the math. So over on the right, we're still producing the 300 heavy oil residue, which makes 900 petroleum coke. We're only using 500. We're using 250 per side at 25 times 25 per generator with a row of 10. So that's 250 times 2 is 500. So it leaves us with 400 extra petroleum coke, or that technically leaves us with 133.3 repeated heavy oil residue. If we look at the alternate fuel recipe, we need 60 per minute, 60 heavy oil residue per minute to create 40 fuel per minute. So we could take the 120 from this 133. We'll leave the 13.33 in that system to produce petroleum coke. So we'll be overproducing our petroleum coke a little bit. I think we'll be producing 540 at the end of the day, which is fine, because what we can do is we can reconfigure how much petroleum coke's going into here. And what's nice though is if we're only using 500 petroleum coke, we can easily do one full side with a single 270 line. So what we'll do is we'll actually put some smart splitters down below here. So we'll have 3 of these all come onto one line. I accidentally deleted the one here. I got to put that back. But right here, we'll put in a smart split on either side here, and we'll put a merger here in the middle, and then we'll merge the excess down and put it over into the sink here, and we'll be right as rain in that regard. The fuel, or the packaged fuel that we want to be making, what we're going to do is we're going to take the outputs from here, so we can actually nix this output. We're going to set the recipe on these to that alternate fuel, the residual fuel, at a standard clock rate. And then we'll have the pipe come down and out. And what we can do here is we can set up, we'll put our constructor in the middle here, bring it back one, and then, let's see, I don't know where the packager would be. It's that, oil extractor. Okay, so maybe it's its own thing, I guess. Put that on 5, I suppose. The packager will sit in front here, Oops. Like so. And then we can have the heavy oil residue come off from the side here. Let's position it here, I suppose. And let's see. Now, if I want to do vertical, I need to. It's a little strange. I need to like do it like this and then down. So our heavy oil residue will come up and in. Or I'm sorry, our fuel will come up and in. This will be making our empty container, or empty canister, rather. We'll have the plastic come in from back here, like so. And we'll just reroute some of the plastic that's coming out of these. So we need to continuously make packaged fuel. We need 40 canisters coming in per minute, and so what we can do is we can take the 4 over here and just shift their output directly as an input. 2 will come over to here, 2 will come over to the other side, and we'll mirror this over here. That's grab the constructor. Sticks out just a little bit, I believe. I guess it doesn't really matter. Actually, the constructor can go back to being flush. We don't need it to. Well, I mean, it's not that bad. I think it'll be alright. Just move the constructor back one. Oops. So I think it backs up that far. The feet are just on the inside. Okay, I think I moved it back a little too far. Just like that, okay. And then this just goes straight forward. I put it, yeah. One of the other changes I really appreciate is allowing us to do an invalid direction on the pipe here. So like normally we can't do this, but then we can actually place it, manipulate as needed, which is really nice. So makes things a little nicer. Then we can do an output each one. And we'll merge this together, and we can probably set it up where the extra goes into that same line of petroleum coke that's being exported. So we need to capture the fuel from here. Put these ones back. Actually, yeah, I can't connect this one up. That. So we got 1, 2. This will actually switch out splitter, or sorry, a merger. Yeah. Oh man, I can't. That was such a blunder. I cannot believe I did that. It's so embarrassing. But you live and you learn, right? Glad I at least like figured that out then, and not just like, instead of bashing my head against the problem repeatedly. Just like getting frustrated is like a, you know, like, why can't I figure this out? So Alright, so yeah, we need the Mark III belt here. This can just come back as a Mark II. So we got 1, 2, and 3 connected. The same thing over here. Oop. Okay. So then this all just kind of comes together. Thankfully, don't need to revise this a lot and like redo all the pipes and stuff like that, which is great. Also, if I recall correctly, so we're consuming 900 water. So yeah, we'll need the full. Oh, that might be why they're also not getting water too, is because it's squelched. We don't have enough throughput here. Man, I missed a lot, huh? Alright. Explains the lack of water, though, for sure. I believe that'll get us sorted. So let's just double check our belting here. So we got 1, 2, 3 coming down, connected all the way to the end. Connected here. We got 1, 2, and 3 connected. Mark III belt, Mark III belts, 3 and 3. Okay. So we should be good on those logistics. I think what we should try and probably double check first, so I don't think any of these are powered. I don't think any of these are on back here. We do have the fuel. This is at least to jumpstart the water extractors. I think the challenge is going to be obtaining the fuel, so we might actually need to go get some coal. I think. I don't think we're going to have any petroleum coke to burn. Interestingly enough, these things are working. So let's maybe... Well, no, we still can't turn it on because we definitely need to be able to turn on everything to maintain fuel. We can maybe distribute. Because this would power... If it's 25 a minute, this will power everything for, if we can get 100 into each one, it's 4 minutes. Okay. We need the fuel to be able to go somewhere. Well, okay, so let's just double check something. So we need to make sure that these are all empty of heavy oil residue. Not necessarily, but so 4 minutes. Get that all online. So it's just a question of getting the water pumped. So I think what we need to do is let's disconnect here. We need to buy some time for the water to get pumped in. So let's look here. Capacity is 1200, which feels low. 1200 divided by 75 is 16, so maybe it just needs an update. So we're getting water flow, which is good. Make sure our production is kind of steady. Let's bring this online. So the one miss I just realized, hopefully it's not going to be too bad. We need to put the smart splitters in and a merger. So merge out this way. We need a workbench, craft bench rather. AI limiter. Center is going to be the petroleum coke, then right will be overflow, and left will be overflow. Center is, I mean, I guess we can just leave it at any, I guess, technically speaking. Do like that for now, and then we just need to quickly do the belt. Then any overflow will leave the system. Oh. Ah, why is that petering? I'm a little low on water. Should be almost a straight shot for everything. Because this is essentially allowing, based on how this is all rigged, it should be allowing the full 3 or 900 to get through. Like if we look, we should have, one of these should be like pretty much maxed out. So we're not getting any flow out of this. Alright, well we're producing 960 water. No! Oh my gosh. What did we run out of? Water? We ran out of fuel. How the heck did we run out of fuel? Wait, keep this connected. What's this one? I'm so confused. Like we should be getting more than enough heavy oil residue into the system. Because that's not even doing anything. Right now. It's 71% efficient. Wait, fuel? Oh, that's why. I didn't switch the recipes out. Okay. Hopefully that'll allow us to do our thing. Not getting, it's the first one in the line and it's not getting anything. Wait, why is that a smart splitter? Okay. That makes some sense. I don't remember when I replaced that with a smart splitter though. Alright, our production's pretty low. That's why, because these at the end we're not getting any fuel. Probably already burned most of it. try this again, see if we can keep up. I feel like we're running low on heavy oil residue. I might need to go get more fuel. Like manually go get some coal and let them burn. I guess the challenge with that though is if I use the coal, it won't allow the petroleum coke to fill it up. I'm hoping we'll at least see an uptick though before. I feel like I'm doing this right-ish. Yeah, I know technically the better way to be is just like fully prime. But, okay. Oh no. Alright. I'm gonna go get well, let's see if I actually have any. I think I only have that one storage over there. I think maybe the other challenge or the other issue here is based on how this is all backing up. So I think maybe what I need to do is this. Oh, I can't even do that. Well, we don't need the truck station right now. Although I probably should have left it because of all of this. I can rebuild it. That's fine. We can let this whole system drain. Oh, it's just going to keep coming, isn't it? Until this is all empty. So I think the other challenge was that even though the heavy oil residue was draining, materials themselves being produced were backing up. So I guess let's take this into consideration too. We're producing, I think, 200 of each item. 20 rubber, or sorry, 20 plastic, 20 rubber. So we're producing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So we're producing 400 items. And we're trying to push it down onto a 270 belt. It was going to fail the entire time. There was actually no way that that was going to properly work. So what we need to do is split this up. And not have all of that onto one board. So now we can properly sync these materials. This is the petroleum coke excess. So I'm gonna go get some extra fuel. I'm just gonna go get some coal. I'll prime the back 4 on each side, I think. Or back 3 on each side. Well, no, I can do the back... Oh yeah, back 2 on each side. And that should hopefully be enough and last long enough until the petroleum coke starts flowing. I can always bring some more coal and just manually keep things going. Or I could do like 100 coal on the back 4, 50 on the next 2 pairs, and allow the petroleum coke to build up. Because I don't... There won't be a way that unless I like wire power all the way over, which I'm not going to do. Yeah, we just need to prime the coal generators, is all. So, we'll do that. Okay, we are back. I've primed the back 4, like I said, with the 100 coal, and then the next 4 after that with 50. So we'll see if we can get this going. Especially with having fixed the plastic and rubber outputs. Curious to see if get that fixed up too. Just to make sure. But yeah, I guess for now it's all going to split, so it should give us a decent amount of time to that's actually working. Right? Yeah. Ooh, 21 coupons. That's kind of exciting. Okay, so that is working as well. Let's see if we got some flow. We do, so that's good. Production 1500. I think that should be right. 75 times 20. That should hopefully mean that we are also backing up our petroleum, hopefully pretty quickly. 190. Let's go ahead and prime that. That's primed. That's good. Good. Okay. Alright, so that side's pretty good. Let's check out this side. Those two should be down because that's supposed to be making fuel. You know, I am quite excited when we can start with start our turbo fuel facility. That I think is going to be really cool. I think there's a lot of opportunity with that. I know just where I want to build it and how I want to build it. I've already actually started designing something. This is yellow. What do we got going on here? We're short. Heavy oil residue, it looks like, maybe. Alright, just a little bit of a glitch. How are we doing here? 1500 across the board. Good. Very good. Just just gonna preemptively top these off. Okay, so we're already starting to see petroleum coke come over to here, which is good. Because this is backing up outright. So what we might actually want to do, that's got the petroleum coke in it, this should have coal, is actually we want to slowly ramp this out. Like so. So like this will come offline with the coal. Wait. So this will come offline with the coal and we'll get petroleum coke into it, but hopefully we should see, yeah, 200 petroleum coke in this one. So this should hopefully ramp up somewhat quickly. It'll probably take a little while, but that's actually going all the way down. It's got regular quality. It's going into here. Yeah, so the last two should come offline in order for this to start filling up properly, and it should ease everything, although I think I did see a dip. That's probably just coal switching over to petroleum coke, hopefully. Okay, we're gonna assume, or like let this ride. While that's happening, we'll go ahead and get all of this configured. So we need to figure out the plastic coming into here, as well as the electricity that's gonna be powering this. So we got, where are the power connectors on this? These are up high, kind of. So maybe do them off to the side on a pole in the back here. That. Bring that into the middle here. Like so. Let's see, we got empty canister, packaged fuel, empty canister. So then we have our plastic. So we need 30 plastic. So if we actually just pull, actually let's figure out where our inputs are. So let's actually put those in place. Or I think they are already. Yes. Okay. So we can, this is going up into constructing. So that's an input. This is an input. This is an output, as well as that. So I'll bring this down. Bring this down as well. Oh. Let's see, we're gonna want to split, let's use a smart splitter. Actually, I don't think we'll need to. We should be able to just split off into a Mark 1 here. I think the challenge, based on how this is all kind of configured to get divvied up, is I guess we don't have to split it there. We could always split it here. I'm just trying to think of a decently clean way to do this. You can always loop like this and then allow that to come around. So we can do a splitter here. Oh, that's yeah. You could split down this way. And let's see. Do another splitter. This 30 here. Or actually, do like that. And then this and this are the output of packaged fuel. I think maybe just bringing it to the ground. Fine. Merge that this way. Let's see, and then storage, and then excess will go onto one of these belts. So we can always bring it down to here. I guess the question is, where do we want to store it? Do we want to bring it maybe into the truck station? I think could be kind of smart, so we could bring back rubber, plastic, and fuel, but also use... We could put some of the packaged fuel into... Ooh, maybe that's what we do. Once we get the truck stop back in place, we can put the fuel into the truck stop as actual fuel. And then also in storage. So it's transporting fuel, but also using some of the fuel, which I like. But for now, we'll just have it sink whatever's left. But we'll first have it store up some of that fuel. And I think just for simplicity's sake, we can have that fuel come over here. Like that. Center will be overflow. Just leave left as is. So this will store our fuel. And then we need to, let's see, Oh, we need to actually route the plastic out. New splitter. Okay. So we actually need a smart splitter. Or, oh, that's right. Just use the regular. My mistake. Do it like that. So we pull the 60 plastic off. That'll split. And then we need, I think this is output of fuel. And then I think the last piece, actually I think that's it. Also our power production is inconsistent. That's not good. But we are getting fuel, not getting power. Because this is not connected. Alright, let's see. Let's at least make sure we're still kind of in the green. We're good on water and stuff like that. I guess let's just kind of see where we're at down here. So, alright, this is filling up. Oh, so is this. So I guess where's the issue? Okay, so maybe we let's drop the petroleum coke out of here and put coal in. Getting enough water, right? Like we should have excess water building up. Yeah. So all this water is backing up, which is kind of what we want, right? Alright, so this water is not backing up, but it should be. I guess maybe we can look at, are all these getting water? Okay, this one's not getting water in the back here. I know sometimes resetting the pipes can help with things. I've noticed. Like that's not getting water, that's low, that's low, low, low. Jeez, why are they all so... Why are those ones low? Mark 2 water I think is laid. That requires... I think aluminum? Maybe we could put some valves on some of this. Wait. We don't have that assigned. Okay. 7. So the valve's pointing the direction that we want. Valve limit is 300. Hopefully this will just encourage the flow of water going in the right direction. Low rate 300, 300. That should hopefully increase. Maybe just do it every few sections or so. See if that helps things. Oh man, that was close. That was perfect. Production and consumption perfectly matched. Wow. So it looks like the valves created some inconsistent in flow, but hopefully this means it's stable. Like we saw like the uptake. Oh, that dip though. Production 1500. All right, I think this is maybe a little better. Let's check out our packaged fuel line. Oh, so I think we're actually backing up our fuel right now. Producing 40 per minute. I'll increase this to a Mark II belt. And we actually do need to specify. Packaged fuel. Petroleum coke is backing up? Question mark? Shouldn't be that much extra petroleum coke. It's still backing up. Mark III, Mark III. Mark III. That's smooth. Why is that backing up? Not sure what's going on with that. Let's see if we can figure that out. All right, so we're producing 120 per minute. We shouldn't be full up on the... Oh, jeez. Or maybe we just had an overabundance for a long time. No. Because then we would have been... 1, 2... 3. Okay. 120 times 3 is 360. But we're did I seriously math this wrong again? We have 400 extra petroleum coke. Oh. Oh, I'm just looking at the 500, not the extra that's still being made. Although we took out. All right, so we're no longer. We're making 20 times 6, 720. Took out 240. Leaves us with 660. So I think what we need here is an additional overflow. Yeah, the backup is not happening here. It's happening at the belt because there's more than 270 coming out. So we need a smart splitter on both of these preemptive, like even before this one, to pull any overflow. This is not the ideal solution, but it is a solution. Alright, so we'll split. Call it here. I wish you could hold, like, when you're aligning like this, I wish you could hold control and it'll snap for you. Like, it's close, which is great. So, anyway, front is petroleum coke. We'll do left is overflow. And we need to do the same thing. Oh, shoot. Alright. Right. Need to do it. See, that's going through smooth. Okay. Sorry, I had to step away there. That's smooth. Alright, that's slightly stopping up, which is expected. But we don't want it to be backing up at this level. Which is super bizarre. Well, not bizarre, we just figured out why that's... Okay, so this is starting to back up too. Okay, so yeah, we need overflow here as well. So let's do... Right, because it's staggered. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's over here is going to be good. So right, or center petroleum coke, right overflow, left flow, petroleum coke. This will come down into a merger. Oh, all right. Maybe we go the other way. Right is over. Left is overflow. And then we need to merge. Just ramp this up. Alright, I think we have way too much backed up, so just manually unload. That should resolve our issue. We should be mostly stable, probably still due to water issues, if I had to guess. Good, good. Okay. Water on the front one here. Alright, consistently low water on the third ones. So I probably need to modify one of the pump positions on either side, is what it seems like. So it's these ones here. So I need to allow backflow. Is what I need. Well, we got, yeah, it looks pretty stable. And I think we're doing a full proper consumption of things. Looks like we have extra empty canisters and fuel, which is a little curious, because just make sure I'm doing the math right. We got 40 fuel coming in, 40 fuel coming out. And then we have 100 canisters. Are we backing up here? Yeah, we have way too much plastic coming in. I thought I just pulled a mark. Oh, we only wait 30 plastic. Yeah. 30 plastic. Pretty sure I'm only pulling off 60. The Mark 1 belt. Oh, it had time to stock up. That's right. So it's just, that's all it is. Because we didn't bring it online right away. Even though the fuel and the empty canisters were coming in. That's what it was. Alright, let's see how much fuel we got. Look at all that. Alright, let's get rid of this petroleum coke. Let's take this fuel. Let's get back home. And let's unlock the jetpack. Maybe what I'll do is off camera I'll work on styling that out. It's going to take some time, you know, it's going to be like trial and error. I don't think trudging through all of that on camera would make sense. I can maybe, you know, I'll try something out, kind of speak to like, hey, here's an option I'm looking at, but I decided not to move forward. Kind of talk through that a little bit and then move on to the next. Essentially, but as mentioned at the start of the last episode, you know, we are on a new video card. I can use Lumen. Speaking of which, I'm going to turn that back on. There's also like almost no loss in performance, which is super nice to see. Well, no, I take that back. There is loss in performance, but not noticeable. So yeah, I'll be designing it with Lumen in mind. Definitely gonna make sure I get some quartz crystals to put up some, some signs to be able to do stuff. What I'd also like to do, I might try and refine some of the logistics if possible without seriously hindering the power generation. Not dealing with that whole fiasco again will be nice. But I definitely would agree a little bit of that logistics underneath is a little sloppy. And I would definitely like to make that a little bit more, practical, buttoned up, if you will. But the other thing that I thought would be kind of fun to work on as a personal project, actually, I don't even want to say it quite yet because I think it's a really strong idea, and I wouldn't want to. I don't want to come across greedy, but in a practical sense, I don't want to give away what I think is a great idea, have someone else do it, and have them say, I made this type thing. But I will at least allude to it would be a method of factory planning that I think could be insanely strong. It would still require time and effort and energy to plan out a build. However, it would not be as time intensive as doing it in game, mainly because it would be an out-of-game tool or system, and would not require significant manual input like in this game, or travel time to go get materials, and or like not being limited to first-person perspective, for example. I think that would be kind of helpful to plan out, because the logistics of a build can get really complicated. So being able to not, or being able to plan something out in advance would be kind of nice. It's almost like making a guide for a guide. But, alright. We are back. I can't believe I actually just filled that time with just talking. 6. Jetpack. Oh, we got everything we need. Motor. Plastic. Rubber. Jetpack.
R&D
what do we need?
15
circuit boards.
Jetpack, which operates on oil-based fuel for increased navigational capabilities as well as odds of survival.
Let's go. This would be... this would be the second time I've actually unlocked the jetpack. Normally. Actually, let's make... Well, I don't have enough to make 2. Let's just make 1 and not die. Oh, buddy. Let's go. Oh, man. We did it. That's exciting. It's exciting because hypertubes, mainly. We can now at least get 2 places pretty quickly. So the heavy modular frame build will probably be located here on the water, because we have the oil fields over here, but wait a second. So yeah, we need you know what? I feel like we can build that closer. Looking at the modular frames, the encased industrial beams. Ooh. I wonder if we could just use steel pipes to make all of it. I mean, there's probably an alternate recipe that would be more optimal, but and to be fair, let's think about how many actual heavy modular frames we're going to need per minute. We don't need 6. We don't have it unlocked, but I know there's like an additional heavy modular frame that's more complex, requires these to be made. But I think maybe starting out with just 2 for now seems like not a bad idea. So let's expand this. We need 10 modular frames per minute, 30 steel beams, or 30 steel pipes. So if we need 10 encased industrial beams per minute, oh, that's such a weird combo. So if we needed, crap, how many did I say we needed? Sorry, one sec. I didn't realize I could do that. So we need 10 per minute. So, well, that's a lot easier to consider. It's a 7-to-1 ratio. I don't know why I didn't pick up on that. Anyway, so 70 steel pipes plus 30, so 100 steel pipes per minute. So 75 ingots. Yeah, that seems pretty reasonable. So all we really need is iron, coal, concrete. All right, cool. Well, we have the jetpack unlocked. That's fantastic. Next up, maybe mess around with some hyper tubes. But I definitely think heavy modular frames is going to be next on the docket. Simply so we can start to unlock, well, mainly so we can unlock logistics Mark IV. I might actually manually craft 100 computers, because we don't need computers for the Mark IV belts. That's the main thing that I want to push for. Pipeline Mark II would be nice, and then automating computers after the heavy modular frames to start working with trains. And I think this is going to probably be the most interesting in terms of content, because I have not actually gotten to trains legitimately. I mess with them in creative a little bit, but yeah, so that's going to open up a whole new world, if you will. And we already have the blueprint roads made for trains, and I think once this is all said and done, I think this is kind of like that hump I need to get over in order to like have fun with the game again. I feel like I'm a little challenged when it comes to traveling and whatnot, that not having this access is what's stifling that. So I think, yeah, next episode will be heavy modular frames. I'm pumped. All right. Take care. Well, that was a bit of a roller coaster of an episode, at least from my end in terms of the blunders along the way, but we did learn, making progress. It's kind of like riding a bike. Just got a couple scratches along the way, I suppose. But yeah, so next up, heavy modular frames. I'm here for it. I hope you guys are, because at the time of editing this episode, the factory's already built. I know what it's going to look like. It's fantastic. It is probably my favorite build yet, and I'm really excited to show it to you all, and also some other stuff I got cooking. But with that, thank you so much for watching. I'll see you in the next episode. Take care.